Hello everybody, it's getting really late because again people stream at unreasonable fucking times. I mean, it's a little bit more reasonable than Bethesda. It's 3 AM, the Sony stream just ended. This is a Sony press conference, but I'm getting really tired, so I'm just going to record this and go to bed. And then we've got Nintendo tomorrow afternoon, and then I can start uploading all of our missed footage, but you know, still kind of unreasonable, but I'll let you slide, Sony. So, as I just said, this is the Sony press conference, which, as many people put it, and I have to agree, kind of felt a bit like a deflated balloon, if we're going to be honest. You know, they showed some games, some alright ones, some shit ones, and they just kind of left, and that's kind of how it was. I mean, it started strong, don't get me well. We say that it started somewhat strong. Let's not go too in depth here. But I mean, it started strong with a new Crash Insane Trilogy trailer. I mean, most of us already saw that before the PlayStation event even kicked off, because it was streamed several times by people like Vicarious Vision, and it just showed that you can play as Coco. So we got to see a little bit more of Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. We had the dinosaur level streamed earlier on, and then we got to see that we can play as Coco in both Crash 1 and 2, and to add the girl gamer factor, she also has her own version of the Crash dance where Coco does the silly dance, and it's pretty adorable. But a lot of us had seen that before, so I don't really know if you could class that as the Sony press conference, because it really wasn't Sony's press conference. But then, just like 1 minute before the stream, well, I'll put the picture on screen. This got announced. Yeah, that got announced. That's the thing. That's so if you missed it, you're either absolutely fucking orgasming, or you're like, oh god, really, why? Because, you know, the Undertale fandom is either really great or one of the most toxic places on the internet, depending on what you say to different people and what those different people do. So, you know, I'm indifferent about it. I mean, you'll get why by the end of it, but I'm kind of indifferent about this release. But then you had Midnight and his sister. I've just listened for yourself.
This is just too much right now. My heart can't take it, the fact that Undertale is going to be on the PS4.
I know.
I know, but my heart can't take it already. Freaking Undertale, man.
I'm sorry, Spyro. We're just really excited about it. Yeah. Someone in the chat says, I don't even own a PS4, but I still want that collector's edition of Undertale.
I want that locket.
Oh, really?
I want that locket.
Spyro, please tell me you're gonna want like a physical copy of the game.
Everyone's gonna probably get it. Yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, hey, want Undertale? Oh, I'm sorry, we sold out.
Yeah, it's really sold out.
I don't think something I would call it say Assassin's.
Yep, that's a thing right there. They seem very happy with it, and you know, good on them. I mean, it does raise the implication of the fact that now this pretty much confirms that the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Wii U will not be getting Undertale. So yeah, sorry Nintendo fans. Toby Fox has just crushed your hopes and dreams of ever getting a Nintendo version, so I hope you enjoy that crippling depression. Well, you know, it's alright. I like Undertale. It's an okay game. It reminds me of Earthbound. It's a good game. I've already got it on PC, and I don't know if I'd go enough to be like, oh my god, physical version must buy. because I don't think it's the second coming of Christ that everybody says. It's a great game, but not really the second coming of Christ that everybody makes it out to be. And then we got into the press conference for realsies, and as I say, this is kind of where it was like a deflated balloon, where it's like, hey, here's some games, and if you like these games, then good for you. It's just some games. So the some games were a mixture of VR that nobody gave a shit about, so we can ignore that. Some shit games like Days Gone, which still looks like a generic zombie game that nobody cared about. Call of Duty World War II that nobody cared about. And a couple of ones like, oh, and that fucking David Cage game, which looks really boring, and I was just checking Twitter about it while that David Cage game was playing, because nobody fucking cares about it. Some people said it looks alright, but I didn't see like a consensus lighting the world on fire over a very emotional game where this girl is going to have over 1,000 emotions because she has over 1,000 polygons in her face. So yeah, that's a thing. But then they had, as I say, then they had some mediocre games. I'm seeing quite a split on the Spider-Man game. A lot of people are calling it a QuickTime event festival, and obviously QuickTime events are not the nicest thing in the world to see, and a lot of people hate it because of the QuickTime events, but a lot of people are like, dude, I can get over the QuickTime events because the actual combat looks a bit like the Arkham games combat, and it looks alright. So there's some mixed games that everybody's like, it's alright or it's bad. Another one of those is Monster Hunter. You either love or you hate Monster Hunter. It looks alright, but some people don't really like Monster Hunter, so that's a mixed bag. And then the two that kind of set the world on fire as a general consensus of being absolutely amazing was God of War 4, the final chapter, where we got to see a lot more of the combat and a lot more details, and it's looking great, and everybody's pretty much sold on God of War when that releases, and a Shadow of the Colossus HD remake. I'd be more excited, but as I say, it is 3:30 in the morning. Everybody is in bed, and if I start screaming, then there'll be shit to play, because people will be like, dude, I have work in the morning. Why are you waking me up at 3:30 in the goddamn morning? And I mean, I can agree with them. I'm kind of tired, and I've got to go somewhere tomorrow as well, but I'm here doing this just before I go to bed. So yeah, everybody's in pretty much general consensus that holy fucking shit, Shadow of the Colossus HD remake, that's like on the same level of Beyond Good and Evil 2. Everybody is flicking their bean and jerking their gherkin so hard to the Shadow of the Colossus remake, including myself. Like, when I saw that first Colossus, because at first I thought it was like Dark Souls, nobody really knew what it was, and it was kind of like Beyond Good and Evil 2. It just came out, or the Undertale on the PS4. It just kind of come out of left field and nobody expected it. So people were like, wait, is this a new Dark Souls? It's a dark, depressing world? You got a sword? What's this shit? I don't understand. Is this a Dark Souls clone? Bootleg Dark Souls? But then when everybody saw the first Colossus, you know, it wasn't a new one, so it wasn't like a sequel. Whenever I saw the first iconic Colossus, then everybody jizzed in their pants and they're like, holy shit, Shadow of the Colossus HD remake, Shadow of the Colossus HD remake, Shadow of the Colossus HD remake. Like, everybody loved that shit, so that's great, and that was it. It just kind of ended with Spider-Man, which again, because of the QuickTime events, was derisive. So that's it. That was Sony's press conference, much like all of the other ones, because I think that's kind of the general theme of this year's E3. It's been, here's some shit, and now we're going. Like, you know, EA, we got Star Wars Battlefront 2, and that was the one that everybody was like, oh yes please, and that was the one everybody got excited for. And then all of the others were just like, oh okay, they're just kind of mediocre. nobody cares. Microsoft was the same. There was, I can't remember what 2 games it was now, it's getting too late, but there was 2 games that Microsoft did that absolutely everybody was like, ooh yes, ooh yes, and then like the other 40 games, because they showed off 42, were just like, they're alright, but you know, I could live without them, whatever. And then Bethesda, again the same, like Quake Arena and the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind, all pretty bog standard, all kind of disappointing. Nobody would miss Bethesda, but then there was that one game that's like, oh okay, yeah, that's cool, we'll go for that. That's your one great game. The others are just kind of like eh. And then we had Ubisoft. Again, everything was pretty much except for the rabbits thing, which looks interesting, and Beyond Good and Evil 2. You know, everything else in the middle, like Just Dance, was kind of just swept under the rug for the 2 big announcements. And that's so we've had a running theme that there's been 2 really big announcements to carry the conference, and everything in the middle's just meh. And with Sony, the 2 big announcements were obviously Undertale, which got a lot of Undertale fans happy as shit, and then the Shadow of the Colossus HD remake, and everything in the middle was just kind of, it's alright. I guess they had 3 with God of War, but yeah, there was really, it's been a theme of 2 good things, and then anything in the middle doesn't matter. And of course, the wrap up here is the rumours, the birds were wrong, the rumours did not come true, so that's obviously very disappointing. I think you all know what rumours I'm talking about, and considering Crash is now at release date, like he's releasing directly after E3 when it ends in like next week. Well, I mean, E3 is not going to last till next week, but obviously everybody's going to be flying home on the Friday, and you know, everybody's going to have jet lag, and then you know, by the time E3 week is over at the end of this week, next week Crash will release in stores. So with Crash literally releasing next week, everybody was pretty much waiting for Sony to come out with confirming the rumor. Everybody wanted Sony to confirm the rumor, and obviously they didn't. So that's it for the entire year for yours truly. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to crawl back under my rock for another year and just I guess make more videos for the next year. Maybe one day Activision will find it in the good grace to give me some more work, but as of right now, it's back to YouTube for me. It's back to no more adventures for me. It's back to just making shitty videos for the internet. So enjoy my shitty videos for the internet. Yay! Thanks Sony. Thanks Activision. You're real pals. You're real pals there, buddy. Oh buddy, oh buddy of mine. And I guess the other sad part, and I'll probably like make a picture of this just for shits and giggles, but I guess the really other sad part is fucking Bubsy got his remake before me. Oh my god, Bubsy got his remake. So I might just like draw a picture of me with Bubsy, and I'm just lying in bed drinking a very strong alcoholic beverage, and Bubsy's just patting me on the back like, better luck next year, my friend. Bubsy is going to comfort me. He made it. He's the star of the Bubsy is the star of the show this year, so you know, Bubsy's gonna comfort me and say, you know, he's gonna help me through this year. His Revenge of the Woolies is gonna help me through this next year. He's gonna give me some encouragement, and you know, I guess when Crash gets his game, I guess he's gonna give me some encouragement as well. So yeah, that's great. But that's the Sony conference, and now I'm gonna put this video together, and I'm gonna go to sleep, because by the time I put it together, it saves, it uploads. That's probably gonna take an hour. That's 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to stay up that late. Hopefully it'll just save a lot quicker than it did. but probably not. So thank you all for watching my late night thoughts on the Sony press conference that didn't include me, because you know that's just how it goes, isn't it, Bubsy, my friend? Congratulations, good luck on your remake, Bubsy. Good luck on Shadow of the Colossus remake there, guys. I'll just sit here and play fucking Minecraft for the next year. So yeah, if you did indeed enjoy this video, do feel free to leave a like. I need it. If you don't want to miss out on any of the other E3 content that I've got coming, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as I will be covering all of the E3 footage across the course of the next 2 days, 3 days, as we get Nintendo out of the way and then play catch up. And of course there are links down below to my Deviant on Twitter if you want to see what I'm doing on there and what I'm tweeting in lifetime. I'm sure I'll be tweeting in lifetime about the Nintendo conference tomorrow, which is the last one. And there's also a link to the public Discord if you want to come in and chat, as well as a link to my Patreon, which I need because Activision refuses to give me more work. I'm just joking, you don't have to. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one, which will be probably some... we'll try and wrap up Bethesda in the morning, ready for Nintendo in the afternoon, and see how much Nintendo's got to offer. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one as the full moon rises. Ooh. It didn't happen, Luna. It didn't happen. See all of you in the next video.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.